Let's see if it works now. Come on, microphone. Let's see if it works now. Come on, microphone. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see if it works now. Come on, microphone. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see if it works now. Come on, microphone. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see if it works now. Come on, microphone. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see if it works now. Come on, microphone. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's see if it works now. Come on, microphone. Hell yeah. It's like a paradox. It just keeps going and going and going because I got this thing. It's like a paradox. It just keeps going and going and going because I got this thing. It's like a paradox. It just keeps going and going and going because I got this thing. Alright, I've got to turn this off, so we got to stop this problem here. So it's like a paradox. It just keeps going and going and going. Keep the volume down over here. Okay, doing a live stream. Okay, we're doing a live stream. Let's say hello to everybody in chat. Today I got a new setup, and well, let's do it like this. I am trying a new setup, with just my MacBook, period. Just trying to get it to where you guys can see what's going on. If anyone is interested to hear my beats, you can find. If anyone is interested to hear my beats, you can find it on YouTube by searching just to bring y'all up to speed. Audio 1, audio A. Let's go ahead and change the names of these. Let's say guitar 1, guitar 2. What we got here? Oh, this is guitar 1 as well. But we're going to call that guitar 1B, and this will be guitar 1A. This will be guitar 2A, and this will be guitar 2B. Just to keep it in a option C. If you hold down option C, you can bring up this color. This bling bling. Yep. Okay, option 2 will bring this this up, and you can actually kind of highlight what you want colored. So I'm going to highlight these two as guitar 1. I like my guitars usually red, and then I'll use like just a different shade of red for the next one. Okay, and then this is going to be my lead guitar, so we'll do like a darker, or even darker, like that. Okay. We got a piano here. Pianos and stuff, kind of in the same range of color. Drums, I usually like to keep it the purple range or the blue range. So let's do blue on these drums. And then these audio tracks here, I've got some extra guitar where I was playing extra guitar. I don't really need them here, so I'm gonna just pop them like up here off to the side, because I've got the song ending right now. The song's basically ending right there, but I don't need these extra tracks here, so I'm going to go ahead and delete that track. What is this one? That might be a bass or something. Let me pull up my keyboard and see. Okay, there's no musical typing on this, so this must have been like an audio, let's see, must have been a guitar track, so I'm going to delete that one as well. Don't need that. And then down here, these are the bass. So bass, I like to keep in the same bluish, purplish range. So let's do like a purple. Okay, cool. So change that electric piano to like that'll work. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. So I played these two guitars here yesterday. These are the exact same track. Bam, bam. We can actually track stack these. So you create a track stack. I'm going to do a summing stack on those. And then this one and wait. There's 1A and 1B. We need to get both of those into a track stack. Create. Okay. There we go. Alright, so, and then we got these two guitars. We're going to create a track stack. We're going to do a summing stack on those as well. So now we got both of those as one, right? Sum 5 will be guitar 1, and then sum 6 will be guitar 2. Bam. So now we got guitar 1, 1A, 1B, guitar 2, 2A, 2B. Okay. And I'll double these tracks so that instead of having to keep my volume so high, like way up high, in order, like, and that just to hear the guitars, it gets it closer to clipping, you know. And the farther away I can keep my guitars from clipping, the better. So I'll double a track. I'm not opposed to doubling a track like this in order to keep this volume knob lower, and so that it'll be that much further away from clipping, if that makes any sense. And you know, you get a better sound when the volume is lower. And then later on during mastering and, you know, mixing and mastering, we can bring everything back up to the right volumes. But right now, like, I am mixing directly out of my MacBook. So I just turned my camera down. This is my MacBook basically. That I'm mixing. MacBook speakers, nothing else. I mean, I've got some headphones I could put on, whatever, but most people nowadays listen to music through their phones. They listen to music, like, honestly, like straight through their phones. So if I make my music, this song, sound good out of these speakers, then I know it's going to sound good out of most of what people are listening to nowadays. There's a lot of people out there trying to make music out of their phones. They're using BandLab. They're connecting through apps to other musicians. They're buying beats from BeatStars. This is how people are getting to share their art, to share their creativity, to share who they are. And I think that's very important, is for each person in this world to be able to share what they have, no matter what it is. You know, I've got a girl right now that she's just amazing. She's amazing at organization and, you know, just being positive. She's got so many qualities. And then there's another girl that you know, that I've got right now, and she's amazing with, like, hand stuff. She's awesome at crocheting. She made me this amazing, like, crochet snake. Like, here's some crochet stuff right here. But, like, I just think every single person in this world. I've got a guy right now that I'm working with. He just started music 1 month ago, and I think his artist name is Ryan, or Ryan, but it spells out like Ryan. Freaking awesome ass dude. I'm probably about to do a little bit of mixing on his voice here today. So after I get finished messing with this, we're probably going to move on and see how his he just sent me a new vocal track, and I want to see how I can mix his vocal track into the song that we are working on together. So you actually get to see me mix some vocals today. But let me mess on this beat just for a little while, and then we'll head on over to that other beat where I'm working on some vocals. And peace to all. I want to say thank you to anybody that comes in today and gives me a like or a subscribe or whatever. I really appreciate it. I'm actually trying to... Okay. I got one person in the chat room. That's cool. Minimize that. Okay. Let's see what we got going on. These are my drums here. out like kind of a tape sound, I actually, on this guitar right here, I added a virtual tape machine and just messed with these controls here until I got a real good like kind of a tape sound. Here, I'll play just this part so you get to see an idea of what I'm talking about. Let me recycle this. I need to bring that over. Bring this right to where we need it. And when I use this plugin, I'm watching these needles right here. I don't want these needles to hit that red part right there. I want to keep them kind of like just in between, right about in the middle. That way it's getting the effect that it needs, but it's not too much. And I'll show you the difference between the two. So here's what the electric guitar sounds like without. I'm going to bypass it. This is without the tape. And I got the tape delay on it. That's why you hear it like kind of repeating itself. I'm going to turn it back on. It's a very subtle difference, but it makes a difference. I might take guitar 2 out of this. I'm not sure. Let me see what it sounds like without guitar 2 in there. Let's go ahead and slide this over and slide guitar 2 over to here. If I like that, let's go ahead and bring it back. Maybe take out guitar 1. Let's take out guitar 1 and see what that sounds like in the bridge. Okay, bring guitar 1 in here probably. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's see. Okay, I want to listen to it real quick. This is going to be a real simple song. I like it simple, and I want to keep it simple. So let's see what happens. That sounds good. I'm gonna bring this electric piano on the second half here. Whoa, wrong spot. Okay. I want to check the bass out. Like, I think what I got going on with the bass down here is I think I've got one of them transposed. Okay, I got that one transposed to this one's at 0. This one's transposed negative. And the effect on that, let me solo that for you so you guys can hear the effect on that. I really like how the two together sound. I might bounce both of these together, but to make them into one audio track. But I want to see if I can get a deeper sound out of both of that. Let me add an effect to the actual. I think Slate Digital has this bass right here. This inf bass. Infinity bass, okay. See what kind of presets they got. I'm hearing a little bit of like static in there somewhere. So that I don't like that. So let's try to bring that down just some. We can always use the clip gain on this channel if it's got it. If it doesn't have it, sometimes it won't have it. Let me do more track. Okay, I don't see any clip gain on here, so we can add, there's a plugin in Logic in utility called gain, and that'll just add a lot of gain to my track. Sometimes I'll just jack it up to about 10 and then fix the volume. Try to keep these kind of lower. What's this one at? 16.2. Let's match them up. 16.2. Okay. Then we can move this one up and down. That sounds really good. I think there's also in here, there's some bass, like dynamics, like let me see here. Bit crusher. Let's see what a bit crusher sounds like on this. Do not like the bit crusher. Let's turn that bitch off. I do not like that. No plug in there. Okay, let's try. There's some pedals, amps and pedals. There's a bass amp designer in here, and see if we can get a cool like. On just for a minute. We're about to go through some stuff on that bass, leave that on there. But right now I need to take the volume down from a lot of these tracks. So like right now the volume's up too loud on a lot of these tracks. So let me go ahead and go through here and turn down my guitars. Let me make sure my volume's turned up on the screen. Okay, I'm gonna turn down my guitars. The mix sounds good, so I'm gonna go in and just click on the things that aren't the bass and the drums. Everything but the bass and the drums, okay? I'm gonna turn all that down at one time. Now you can hear the bass a little bit more cutting through. These are my two drums. Let me go ahead and put the drums in the same track as well. Track stack. We'll put it as a summing stack. Create. Okay, we'll sum those drums. Okay. That way they have a little bit more control over and make it a little easier. Yeah, I like the part 2 right here. I want to add a little bit of automation on that track. And I want to bring in, I'm going to put it on touch here. Oh, touch. And then bring in the equalizer on that guitar. Let's go ahead and get it sounding right. ahead and pop that one down as well on guitar B. That should be in this part here. This should be brought back some. Bam. These should be brought over because this guitar riff is a little different. Let me copy that one and then paste it over here because this guitar riff's a little different. And then we'll bring this back some, pop it in the second half. Right now, what it sounds like. I'm gonna cycle from 33 to 41. I'm going to copy that one, bring it down here into SoCal 2. Go ahead and fix this first part, bring this one down and match it there. Let's go ahead and fix the velocity on a lot of these. These are like fine. Put a little bit of swing on that. Hold on. Put it on 50. And then put a little bit of swing on all that. Or take the strength off of the quantize. Okay, so that would be that one. So let's go ahead and copy that one, delete that one, bring it up so it'd be the exact same. Hold on, something didn't go right. Okay, this needs to go back. So this piano, I want to copy the first, like I don't want to just loop it all the way through, so I'm going to copy this first one, then paste it, then I'm going to take these two, join them, and then copy that one, paste it next to it, and this one, so this first one's going to be the same as it's been right here. That dun, na, na. So this one I want to change just a little bit. I want to bring it up, and I want to fix the velocity on all this, so I'm going to change a lot of this around right here. Let's go ahead and bring the cycle over to where we're working at. For those of you in Logic that, you know, still learning. I'm learning every day. Like, I don't know everything about Logic, but I know that I can make some cool sounding stuff sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. My music gets better and better every time I try this, and I watch tutorials and try to learn from people that are better than me. I just had a consultation with somebody that is super successful about YouTube and about presenting my channel and how to do certain things, and I paid money for this consultation, and so far it's been helping me out. The advice that he's given me, like the new channel that I've created has gotten, I'm not going to do any kind of advertisements for that channel, because advertisements on a YouTube channel, like, it's good if you want attention for one video, but if you do like a wide variety of stuff, the algorithm, it messes the algorithm up, and it doesn't know who to bring to your channel, basically. Like, so it's bringing like all kind of people. And so, like, if you're really trying to gain like true followers in a channel, you have to stick to like one niche or like one thing for a while. That's why I have two channels. I've got one where I'm doing this kind of stuff, like tutorials and like me making the beats, but then I have another channel where you can listen to all the finished products, and then it's just finished product on that other channel. But here, what I want to do is I want to change some velocity up a little bit. Just make the velocity a little random. To give it more of a human feel. Unless it's a robot playing the piano, like, you're not gonna fucking, you know, nobody is gonna play the keys at the same tension, you know. This is basically just changing the tension on these keys, how hard the keys are actually being pressed. That one needs to come up just some, and then I'll go back and listen to it. Turn that one a little down. That might need an extra chord in there. just a little bit of a difference on that second half. Okay, so we'll go to the back to the first half. We'll fix this velocity in here on a lot of these. That sounds great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join all that, Command J. Now that's all one thing. Now I can take this second part, I can copy that, bring it on over, copy it there, take that off solo. Let's close my editor. Okay, and let's listen to what we got so far. want the guitar in there again. Let's listen to that. Maybe the piano in there again right there. Okay. So now I want to go into my drums and just kind of, I think I want all my basses or my kick drums to be just probably the highest velocity. Keep the kick drum high. Okay, these toms need to come up some. I'm gonna go in and take these up and just change these up just a tad. Like that. We're gonna add it in here. Delete that and then add those. Let's delete these. Add those in there. I'm going to do separate. that's going to be that one. I'm going to copy that one, delete that one, because I'm doubling all these, remember, so I need to make sure I keep up with where I'm putting these. Whoa. Command C. That, copy that, delete that, paste. Quick little bathroom break. I'm going to let this play. I'll be right back. And thank you guys for being patient. back and I got a little friend with me. Her name's Lucy. Come here, Luce. Come here, baby. Come here. She can't hear. She's 16 years old. And she is an American Cocker Spaniel. Come here, baby girl. Baby girl, come here. Come say hey. Come here. She can't hear me. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yes, look. I'll let you guys see her real quick. She's just a chillin'. Yes, that's a good girl. She's a beautiful girl. Look at her. How beautiful this little girl is. Yes. Look at, oh. Yes. Can you say hey for the camera? Look. Can you say hey? Can you say hey to the camera? Say hey. Hey. Hi. Yes. Yes. She's saying hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Her back legs. Her back legs like aren't good anymore, so she can't go upstairs. So you have to pick her up and carry her upstairs and stuff. But she still loves to go riding in the car, and she's had a long life. It's kind of sad that the thought of like pets and stuff, how they come and they go, you know, just like everything in life. Nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent in life. And the scary part about that is accepting that nothing is permanent. Like everything changes and everything is moving at all times. You know, even your computer in front of you is actually moving. Your socks that you're wearing are actually moving. The shirt you're wearing is actually moving, because if you go down to the smallest, to the atomic scale, there's atoms, right? And there's protons and neutrons like spinning around each other. Like there's a whole world moving within my shirt. Like everything is essentially alive. Everything is essentially alive. But let's not go too deep into philosophy right now. I will probably end up making this channel more of a music philosophy channel, because I study a lot of Hermeticism and different theories and different religions and stuff like that, and there's truth in all of it. And I practice the law of attraction. There's 7 laws of the universe that I try to implement in my daily life, and I actually try to meditate daily meditation. I think that's very important for people to do. And you know, if you can't, I'm going to say this, if you can't sit, I challenge anyone this, okay? Sit in one spot without picking up your phone, without speaking to anyone, without doing anything. Just sit in one spot for 30 minutes. See if you can do it. In today's world, see if you can do it. I guarantee 99% of the people out there cannot sit in one spot for 30 minutes and do nothing. And if you can't, then you have a problem with your own willpower. And if you can start working on your willpower, if you can actually force yourself to sit, then after you can start doing those 30 minutes daily of just sitting there, then start closing your eyes. And if you can do 30 minutes with your eyes closed, you can move a little bit. Then you start doing it with your eyes closed and you don't move at all. You don't move a muscle. Eyes closed, don't move a muscle for 30 minutes. If you can do that, you're actually building your willpower. Keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that, and then eventually you can start visualizing things. You visualize during your eyes being closed. You visualize the life that you want. You visualize the life that you would like to have in the future. You know, what you see yourself, how you see yourself, the life that you've always dreamed of. You see and you feel. Emotion is very important, so you have to feel like you already have it. And when you can do that, when you start working on your will and you can start meditating and you start getting in those certain like this certain flow state, your frequency will start raising higher and your chakras will start to align. We have 7 chakras within us. We have 6 chakras within us, and the 7th one is activated when the 6th within your body is aligned correctly, and you're thinking correctly, and you have right thinking, and you're not thinking negative things, negative thoughts and stuff like that. If you can keep your mind on the right spot, you can align those chakras. And see, Lucy over there is trying to tell us. She already knows. She's like, yep, he's right. He's right. And, I mean, those of you that don't know, I mean, it's okay. You'll be back and you'll learn, you know, after you die, you'll come back again and you'll keep coming back and you'll start to realize that the Alpha and the Omega is you. You are the creator and the destroyer of your destiny. And that's not going against Jesus Christ or anything like that. I'm not saying Jesus, like, this is what Jesus Christ was trying to tell us. And I don't claim to be Christian or anything like this, but I've studied many different religions and many different theories and stuff like that. And what I see in my time on this earth, I'm a millennial. I'm actually an older millennial, but I'm still a millennial, which makes me fall into the category where my biggest influences were in times of huge change in the world, you know. When I was 12, there was no cell phones. When I was 15, everybody was starting to get the little Nokia flip phones, you know what I'm saying? Back in like 2001, 2002, stuff like that. But, yeah. Little baby girl's over here just chilling. Say hey. Say hey, baby. Hey, yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I still got her. Anyways, let's get back to the music. Been talking a little bit about philosophy and stuff like that, but let's just see how this goes, because I really need to mix this new track I'm doing some vocals on, and it's gonna be dope. Alright, here we go. Take this part here, I'm gonna slice it and then bring this. I need to slice it again here. I'm gonna bring this over here to the end, pop it in one more time, slide this out, and see what it sounds like. We're gonna listen to this song, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, so do is in guitar 2 right here, I was going to automate it to where this guitar kind of comes in with a oh, why is this not EQ'd? Okay, that one is. Okay, let's bring this in, let's bring this up a little bit right there. Bring this back to read real quick. Let me see. It's not like... Okay. I kind of like that, but I want to start it here. And then, yeah, I'll grab it from here and bring it out. Put it on touch. Okay, it dropped right there. I didn't mean for it to drop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this section and bring it up, and then take this, bring all that up. Let's go ahead and okay, that should be here. What is that? 15.6. So this should be a 15.6 over here. 15.6. Okay. Bring that over. So this should be just taken out. Okay. Kind of like that. We're gonna bring this out some, bring this over, bam. Like this, so I'm gonna copy. Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna copy this here. Nope. I'm trying to get the. Nope, it's just getting the line. Try from down there. Okay. Let's copy this section here. Okay, and then try to paste it here. See, like that. Let's turn that back over to read. So I just got this little article. Check this out. It says, "Say goodbye to life on Earth. International researchers estimate complete extinction timeline linked to sun's increasing thermal energy. According to calculations powered by supercomputers, life on Earth will be impossible in the year 1 billion 2021. In the year 1 billion 2021. So we need to step it on up as humans on Earth. It says, the thought of Earth's final day may seem distant, even unreal, but we know it will inevitably happen. Now, a group of scientists working for NASA, together with researchers from the University of Toho in Japan, have calculated a timeline for the complete extinction of all life on Earth. According to these calculations, which have been made possible by advanced mathematical models powered by supercomputers, survival on planet Earth will be impossible in about 1 billion years when conditions become too extreme for life as we know it. So yes, we still have a few more years to go. While the moment arrives, space agencies around the world are launching missions to explore other planets, mainly Mars, with the aim to determine life conditions outside the Earth. It says the sun will end all life on Earth. For now, this story may sound like sci-fi, but as time goes by, a lot of time, obviously 1 billion years, the sun will grow in size, and as it reaches the end of its life as a giant star, as it grows, the sun will emit increasing amounts of thermal energy, and it will eventually engulf all inner planets of the solar system, including Earth. This process means that our days on Earth are numbered. But we'll be dead by then. We will. But think about our future, man. Think about, like, if we reincarnate into other bodies and other bodies and other bodies. Like, I feel like I've been here, like, many times. I've been here many times. I've done this same cycle many times, and I'm starting to remember and remember and remember more of this. If those of you out there, like, believe in stuff like this, I mean, this is science. This is, you know, they're proving this with computers now. Shout a comment out, man. I like to talk about philosophy and stuff like that during my little escapades on here, and hopefully that'll be my little niche. I'll be like a little philosophy music producer or some shit. You know, that'd be cool as hell. I would love to do something like that. And you know what? I've been seeing visions, like in my meditations, like what I was just talking about. I see myself successful. I see that my music successful. Whether people think I'm good or not at this, that matters none to me, because I know that what I'm doing this for a higher purpose. I'm doing this for something much higher, and I'm an empath. I feel things. I'm a very sensitive person. I feel things, and I feel that I feel when things feel right to me, I'll say it, and when things feel wrong to me, I'll say it as well. And sometimes it's good just to be quiet. Never outshine the master, you know? I'm gonna listen to this one time through, and I'll get back to this later. I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of work on this song. I'm gonna import some vocals in that somebody had sent me. See if I can get some vocals going on this other song. So here we go. Shout out Post Malone with your pointed ass hat. I had some help, right? sound. Let's see if I can add like some kind of a reverb in there or something to get more of a wet sound here. Verb Suite Classics is good. Stellar Echo. Let's listen to Stellar Echo on this thing and see what it sounds like. Okay. That sounds pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. little too long right here. I'm going to cut this in half. Cut all this in half. Take this out, this section here, take that out, and pop this back in here. And then I'm going to take this section here, I'm going to chop that, I'm going to bring this and pop it over here. I'm liking the way that this sounds now. Hey, come here. And I'm going to show y'all, like, I really do like the way this sounds. I'm going to show y'all what I do, like, at the end of a song, if I really like what it sounds like. So I've got this section, this whole cycle. I'm going to reanalyze everything for mastering. So basically it's going to reanalyze everything that I have in yellow, like in my cycle. And this is the built-in mastering plugin that Logic has. This built-in mastering plugin, it works great. It's not like having someone actually master your song, but it's AI, and it does a great job. It analyzes everything, does a great job to make your song sound a little bit more louder in the spots that it needs to be loud, and quieter in the spots that it needs to be quieter. More quiet. Is quieter even a word? So maybe more quiet. Alright, so what this is going to do here, it's going to show exactly in the dynamics and the spread. So it actually took my width down a little bit. Let's see what happens. My loudness was good, so I had my loudness set right up here. Let's see what it sounds like. And sometimes I like to have my songs sound wider, so I'll just bring it back out, but let's keep it down. Actually, in this mastering thing, you can actually you can either bring up what needs to be bringed up and bring down what needs to bring down even more, or you can reverse it down to nothing to where it's straight. But it says it needs to be about here. I'm going to bring it up just a tad. I'll mess with it while I'm listening just to see what I like. And there's an excite button over here. There's a loudness compensation button. A lot of things you can do to it with this plugin right here. See, I spread it back out because it sounds way better spread. And that's what she said. there's like 3 people in the room now. What's up, y'all? I'm about to swap over and do a song that I'm doing some vocals for a guy named R-A-I-A-N. I think it's Ryan, or Ryan. I think his artist name is Ryan. Doing a song with him, and we're about to do some vocals in here in just a second. I'm just trying to get this song. I'm going to show you how I master these songs. Like, I use a mastering service, so I'm about to pop it in there and see what it comes out with. But I think I like our mix so far. I'm just going to go ahead and mix down what we have and see. So I'll go into File. I've got everything exactly where I want it. I need to bounce this, bounce project or section. I need a wave file. Always need a wave file. I usually put in the title, like the BPM and the key, but this time I'm not going to do that because, you know, we're live. Oh, I guess I could. I don't know what the key is on this one. I'd have to use the app on my phone, but I can do the BPM right now, though. BPM 95. Okay. So let's bounce this down, and then what I'm going to do is, while this is bouncing down, it actually won't let me move that. So we'll just let it bounce real quick, and I'll show you the mastering service that I use. And it's pretty cool. I use Virtue, which you can actually pay for Virtue like on its own, and it ends up being like $4.99 per master, or you can get Slate Digital, which is what I use. And Slate Digital, like, the price is a little bit cheaper because you're already paying so much per month for all the plugins. So I'm about to pull that into Virtue so I can show y'all what it looks like whenever I pull a song into Virtue. But you need a wave file. In order to do it, you have to have a wave file. And I'll upload the beat onto BeatStars. You go ahead. This is Virtue right here. So I'm going to do new master. And there's my song right there, the wave file of my new song. I'm going to upload it into Virtue. There's different versions of mastering right here. You've got universal, pop, rock, hip hop, EDM, instrumental, and then you have a reference track. You can actually take any fucking song, you know, that you can think of, like any song. And if you want your song to sound like that, like if you want the song to be mastered like that song, you can pull in an outside reference track right here. You just pop it in right here, or click on this button right here, and you can pull in an outside reference track. This song, to me, it sounds kind of rockish. I could use universal, rock, pop. I could use any of these, but I like, because of how I've used all these before, rock really sounds good with stuff like this. And I'll click on advanced controls, and since I've already done a lot of the compression and stuff in the song, I'll click unchanged, and it brings this down. You can actually keep this on compressed. Click aggressive for a more aggressive sound, punchy for like just a little less than aggressive sound, or balanced. I keep mine balanced, but I'll come over here, and depending on the song, if I want it to sound wider, I'll click wider here. I still have a free master, so if you guys sign up for Slate Digital or whatever, you get 3 free masters per month, and then 3 free remasters per month. And those show, I'll show you in just a second where they show. Let me go ahead and click master on this. So right now, Virtue is mastering my song. Okay, so if you look here, up here at the top, okay, I just used my last free master, so I've got 0 free masters left, which is cool. If you have Slate Digital, like if you pay for Slate, you get all the plugins, and you also get 3 free masters per month on this right here. And then if you know, say if I needed to change something in that one master, if I wanted to remaster like a song, I can use one of my 3 free remasters right there. So it's pretty cool. And I'm going to be honest with you, like, AI's gotten so, look, my file's already ready to download. I'll click here to download it. Boom. It's downloading now. Let's get that going. And it should automatically play. Alright, so we get an idea of what this song sounds like. so chill. About to drop. Okay, enough with that. All right, that's one of my other songs. Okay, this is basically how I do like a master on one of my songs. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do now is let me see. Let me stop streaming for a second. Peace. I'll be right back. We're gonna do another track here in just a minute, y'all. Peace. Thank you for being here. This is how you do, you know, how I like kind of put my stuff together. Like I could spend way more time on this beat and make it sound super good, but there's a lot of demand going on right now. I've got many different projects going on. I'm just trying to get this in there so you guys can kind of get an idea of how I do my stuff. That way you can start doing your own stuff and, you know, possibly learn something from me. Like I learn stuff from people every day. So I can't wait to see what you guys do. And if you have any questions or anything, just email me. You can find my email under my information on my page, or just comment on one of my things and I'll find a way to get in touch with you. My email is John, Jon, the Prophet, so the John the Prophet at gmail.com, or Prophet Sounds, PROFITSOUNDZZZ at gmail.com. You can email me and I can work with you, whatever. If you guys want to work with me, I can do a custom beats, whatever. It don't matter. But if you like my style, hit me up and I'll work with you. All right. Peace. I'll be back.